buyers start looking at luxury real estate in Oakville, they usually focus on the house, the square footage, the kitchen, the finishes, the number of bedrooms, and those things matter. But in Morrison, the bigger story is the property itself. The lot, the trees, the privacy, the street, and the fact that this kind of setting is very difficult to recreate. That is what makes Morrison one of Oakville's most established luxury neighborhoods. In this video, I'm going to show you where Morrison sits, what the homes are like, what families are really paying for, how the market has performed, and what buyers need to watch carefully before spending millions of dollars here. Morrison sits in the southeast Oakville, generally south of Cornwall Road, north of Lake Ontario, between Chartwell Road and Maple Grove Drive. This is one of the most prestigious parts of Oakville, but southeast Oakville is not one single neighborhood. You have Morrison, Chartwell, Ford, East Lake, Maple Grove, and the lakefront pockets closer to Lakeshore Road East. They all command premium prices, but for different reasons. Old Oakville gives you that downtown charm, the harbor, heritage home, and the walkability. Ford feels more practical and family-oriented. Chartwell is known for grand street and estate homes. Morrison stands out because of its lot sizes, mature tree canopy, privacy, those custom beautiful homes, and established residential setting. It is close to downtown Oakville, Lakeshore Road, Oakville Go, the QEW, the lake, and major schools. But the street still feel calm and removed from the busier parts of town. That balance matters. The strongest argument for Morrison is scarcity. You can build a large house almost anywhere. You can replace a kitchen. You can renovate a basement. You can add a pool, a gym, or a theater room. But you simply cannot create the age of the trees. You cannot easily recreate the width and the depth of the lots. You cannot move a property onto a better street, and you cannot create decades of neighborhood prestige in one new subdivision. That is why buyers here are often paying as much attention to the lot and street as they are to the house. In Morrison, land quality matters, your privacy matters, the setback from the road matters, the neighboring homes matter, and also the long-term redevelopment potential also matters. Those are the features that tend to hold value over the long run. Morrison is not uniform. You will find older bungalows, original two-story homes, renovated family homes, custom rebuilds, large brick and stone estates, and modern homes. And in a few selected pockets, the lakefront properties backing onto Lake Ontario. Toward the north, closer to the Cornwall Road, you may see more original homes and properties purchased for land value or future redevelopment. As you move south towards the Lakeshore Road and Lake Ontario, the homes can become larger, more private, and more estate-like. This is why pricing can be so difficult to understand from online photos. Two homes can have the same number of bedrooms and similar square footage, while only one may have a far better lot, better privacy, and better orientation, or a stronger street appeal. At this level, buyers need to compare the entire property and not just the interior. For a buyer spending $4-5 million or even $10 million, efficiency is not about finding the cheapest option. It is about making daily life easier. Morrison gives you privacy without pushing you far away from everything. You are close to the downtown, Oakville, Oakville Go, the QEW, the lake, shopping along Cornwall Road, and major schools. For an executive family managing work, travel, school, sports, and family commitments, that access has real value. You can live in a private residential setting without adding unnecessary time and inconvenience to your everyday life. Schools are a major part of the the Morrison conversation. Depending on the exact address, families often look at Maple Grove, E.J. James, New Central, and Oakville Trafalgar High School. Private schools are also part of the decision for many families. Lynbrook, St. Mildred's, Lightbourne, McLaughlin College, Dare, Croft Montessori, and Appleby College are all within the border Oakville private schools landscape. Always when it comes to school, verify the school boundaries and the programs they offer, the eligibility by your exact address. Beyond schools, Morrison offers a very specific lifestyle. This is not a neighborhood chosen for nightlife or a restaurant outside the front door. It is chosen for space, mature streets, private backyard, proximity to the lake, and a more established residential feel. Gairloch Gardens is one of the major lifestyle anchors nearby, with the lake views, gardens, walking paths, and Oakville galleries. The lakefront parks and tree-lined streets all add to the appeal. Now let's take a look at the numbers. Morrison should be analyzed primarily as a detached home market. In 2025, Morrison recorded 59 detached sales. The average sale price was around $3.6 million and the median was about $3.35 million. By comparison, detached homes across Oakville average approximately $1.9 million. So yes, Morrison was operating at a different level, double the average detached homes in Oakville. The price distribution makes the luxury positioning even clearer. In 2025, 9 homes here sold for more than $5 million. Another 25 sold between $3 and $5 million. That means most Morrison sales were concentrated in the upper end of the Oakville market. Homes averaged here around 45 days to sell compared to roughly 30 days for detached homes across Oakville. The average sale to list price ratio was 95% compared to 96% for Oakville detached homes overall. That tells us buyers were active but still selective. Now, we also have the first half of 2026 data. From January through June, Morrison recorded 40 sales. The average sale price was approximately $4.3 million, while the median was around $3.3 million. The median stayed close to the 2025 levels, but the average moved higher because there were more activity at the top tier properties. 12 properties sold for more than $5 million in the first 6 months of 2026. Another 15 sold between $3 and $5 million. So 27 of the 40 sales were above $3 million. Homes took an average of 44 days to sell and the average sale to list price was 92%. That is an important signal. The best properties can still command very strong prices, but buyers are negotiating and paying close attention to the condition, lot quality, street, and asking price. Over the long term, the average Morrison price moved from $2 million in 2015 to approximately $3.6 million in 2025. That increase reflects the limited supply of this kind of land and neighborhood setting. On the rental side, detached homes in Morrison averaged approximately $7,000 per month in 2025 compared with about $4,600 across Oakville. That points to continued demand from executives, relocation families, and buyers who want the area before they are ready to purchase. A luxury home still has to work for the family. Bigger is not always better. A home can look impressive and still have a poor layout. So buyers should ask practical questions. Does this main floor work for both family life and entertaining? Is there a proper office? Does the kitchen connect well to the backyard? Is the outdoor space actually usable? Is there enough separation between children, guests, work, and adult living areas? Does the basement serve a real purpose? Can the home accommodate teenagers, aging parents, or perhaps live-in help or extended family? At this price point, the property should make life easier, not create new compromises. Morrison is not a neighborhood where you buy casually. Older homes may hide dated systems or a layout that doesn't work. Some renovations are substantial, others are mainly cosmetics. Drainage and grading matter on larger lots. Tree protection can affect additions, pools, and custom built plans. Zoning, setbacks, and redevelopment potential should be reviewed before purchasing a property for the land. And not every street carries the same level of privacy or prestige. The biggest mistake is paying for the Morrison name without understanding exactly what is driving the value of that particular property. Morrison will not suit every buyer. Someone looking for new subdivision living, walkable, nightlife, or the lowest price per square footage will probably look elsewhere. But for buyers who want those large lots, mature trees, privacy, custom homes, private school access, lake proximity, and one of Oakville's strongest and most prestigious residential addresses, Morrison deserves serious consideration. The house is only part of the decision. The lot, the street, the privacy, the schools, the settings, and the long-term potential all matters just as much. For the latest Morrison home prices, active listings, sold data, school information, and neighborhood updates, please visit my website realtorroshan.ca, and I have a dedicated Morrison page. I keep that page updated so you can see what is actually happening in the market. I'm Realtor Roshan, a local real estate broker helping families buy and sell in Oakville, Burlington, and the surrounding areas. I'll see you again in my next videos.